Oh, what's this? Looks like a pile of detritus. Let's put it together and destroy, destroy. Ah! Time for Wakeangel 2001's Construx Retrospective.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Wakeangel2K1's Construx Retrospective. And one last time, let's look at our big old Star Wars style spaceship and say goodbye to it as we take it apart to build the next thing in that big old manual. And have I actually shown off how big this manual is? Let me just... yeah, I just caught a fish this big. So yeah, these are the instructions for the next thing, which is the giant robot. As I said, it was my favorite thing in the set back in the day. So let's build my favorite giant robot.
And here is the giant robot. Build time was approximately 45 minutes, and it uses significantly fewer parts than either of the previous constructions. It only had as opposed to that giant spaceship or the truck cab before, both of which took nearly every piece that the box contained. I remember when I was a little kid, after building this thing, there would be just enough pieces left over for me to build a simple scarecrow-style robot for this thing to knock over. It does look kind of cool, though. I like how they use one of those little rocket nozzle things in the right hand and that stick thing in the left hand, and that's all you need to know for this thing to have a gun arm and a sword arm, because that dinky little green needle it's a sword. Oh man, I love having an imagination.
So, this isn't what I just made. For a point of comparison, this is a Destiny mech from the modern day Mega Construx line. And this is the robot that I built with the original Construx set. Kinda see a bit of a difference there, don't ya? I like how, this is always going to be the thing that makes makes this so cool. It's that you can make pretty big stuff. I mean, again, I'm holding it right next to my head for size comparison. This is the first thing in the instruction sheet that uses the hoses, because yes, rubber hoses are part of this construction set. And he has a nifty little flight pack. There was an antenna that stuck out of the top of the flight pack, but that is the only piece of the set that I broke. It was a very thin antenna. It literally broke in storage. I didn't even break it because I was a clumsy kid. It just broke because it was a really long, skinny stick in that big construction set. So, the robot has some basic articulation. The hips are attached to swivels, so you can kind of do a boom, 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 boom. The arms, they have a hinge here and an elbow. So yeah, they're connected on the back. Remember when I was talking about these pieces that were on the spaceship then they seem to have no function? Here they keep the parts moving in sync. Without this holding the legs together, then they would just kind of flop over and the thing would never stand. And here on the arms, it also allows them to move in sync. There's one joining it at the shoulders, so you can move one arm completely up to the side like this, or like that. So yeah, I think it's kind of cool. So you get a big old stomper robot. It has high heels, so maybe it's a girl robot. Yeah, but it has rocket shoes. This kind of looks like something out of Robot Jocks. That was a giant robot movie from back in the 80s and 90s. Huh. Man, nowadays we got Pacific Rim for our giant robot movies, but yeah, back in the 90s you had animes like Gundam and Robotech. You had Sentai shows like Power Rangers, and then you had Robot Jocks. They didn't really do a lot of giant robot movies because I guess they considered it a little bit kitschy for things, but yeah, there just wasn't a lot of mainstream giant robot stuff in the cinemas. So yeah, this obviously, this looks like a movie robot from the 90s. Not not a cartoon or kid show. Like, this is what robots look like in the 90s movies. And I think it's pretty darn cool. So, yeah, this, my love of giant robot action figures always made this easily my favorite representation from the Construx Deluxe set. And it is the thing that I would build the most often when I was a kid. So, yes, that's Giant Robot. Okay, so let's put him off to the side and take a look at the next thing that we will be building tomorrow. Ah, yes. It will be the bomber plane. Yeah, that plane's gonna be a cool one. The plane is the first thing in the instruction manual that actually uses the gears. I haven't done that yet in this series. So yeah, look forward to something that actually uses some mechanics next time.